Welcome to the channel. Payne the Patoot here with another Gunsmith's task, part 11, which is to upgrade the vector. So this build pretty much as it is would work. But anyways, you need a Chris 9mm vector, bought off the flea, or Skier eventually has them. You need the MK5 modular rail up here. Now, in order to use it, you have to change from the normal 5-inch barrel to a 6-inch barrel. So you have to find the 6-inch barrel. Then you need this, which is a tactical dynamic skeletonized foregrip. Some kind of sight, so you reach out to 300 meters. And a magazine that has at least 33 rounds in it. Go with the stick magazine, because if you use the 50 rounder, it fucks with your ergo a bit too much. You have to have a silencer. Ergo has to be 50 or over, recoil under 230. And this time it's the recoil that it's a bit of a struggle to get. Normally it's the ergo, but anyways. But you see I've got it done. So character here, let's do a look. And there is the gun. So for the silencer, I use the Osprey. I did get the, if I take it off, you'll see the 6-inch barrel. And then this is, if I take off this, there's a Mark V part. Chris Vector Mark V launcher rail. I just found them in game. So that's how I got mine. You probably have to buy it off the flea. Here's a skeletonized, dynamic skeletonized foregrip. It wants a silencer. So this silencer would work, but it's minus 15 ergonomics, whereas the Osprey is minus 17. It's actually worse. But the recoil is minus 8. And what's this? The recoil is minus 6. So you'd have to be able to bump up the recoil. And as I said, you're going to struggle a bit on the recoil on this one. The big stick Glock 33 round mag, use that one because it doesn't affect the ergo as much. So then basically you have to make sure you can actually get away, I think, even without the sight. Yeah, see there. So you don't even need a red dot sight. But you will then have to have the rear iron sight and the front iron sight in order for it to work. Then the stock that comes standard on it is not going to be good enough. You're going to have to replace it. So in order to do that, let me just take this off. You're going to need a buffer tube, and in order to put the buffer tube in, you need this vector non-folding stock adapter, all available off the flea. So you put that, take off the normal vector stock, put this little mod on. Then you want a buffer tube and you want the best recoil reduction and the lowest effect on recoil. So I bought this enhanced from the HK 416. There are other better. There's a couple of advanced tubes, but I have no access to them. But if you pick them up during games, or I think they're even available off the flea, and they're expensive. Uh, just do quick. No, it's not going to show the. Yeah, there it is. So it's like 300,000, but this thing is the best for -2 recoil as opposed to -1, and then it actually gives you a couple of points of ergo. And this advanced one here is -2 recoil +2 ergonomics, so that one would work, and it's only 48. Notice I can't get it off the mechanic yet. So I could have used that one for 48, so that would be the choice I would have for it, but I use the HK version, which is -2, but no bump to to ergo. So like I said, though, ergo is going to be the problem. Not going to be the problem. It's going to be recoil reduction. So you put the tube in, and then you need to find some kind of stock that works well. So ergo on the EMOD is 22 plus 9 ergonomics, and then this Daniel Defense is 20 but 14 ergonomics. So if I go with the EMOD, go back, you can see the check mark still there. So that would actually work as well instead of the dynamics. So right now at the finish, it's 53. Has to be 50. Good. And then 230 and below. So 195 plus 30 is going to be 5 points under 200. Oh, 230. Sorry, be 5 points after that. So there we go. Or there you go. You need the big stick. You need an enhanced. You need the adapter for a buffer tube. You need a buffer tube. You need a good stock. You need the Osprey silencer. You need the Daniels skeletonized foregrip. You need the Mark V, and in order to put the Mark V on, you have to remove the 5-inch barrel and go to a 6-inch barrel. So there's the Mark V. You need a longer barrel. To get away with no red dot on top, make sure you have the front and rear iron sights. And I should pull this out. I don't really need it, so I'm not going to give them a free point. That'll help with the weight anyways, and it's fine for weight. Okay, so that's everything you need for this guy, and I'll just trading here. Task Gunsmith 11. Turn it in. Bum bum. Bitty bump. So that's it.